All right. Episode 2. Getting right into it. No intro. So, the new season of Rainbow Six Siege and future of it. So, it is 2022. Rainbow Six Siege has released its new season yesterday, called Solo Raid. This is year 7, season 4. This is the most anticipated, biggest update of Siege in the past probably year or two. I'd say definitely in the past year.
I'd say the past year, because year 7 season 1 was really good too, because a zombie came out, she was like really good. Emerald Plains, like new maps, like yeah, I mean yeah, like in like definitively, like see year 7 season 1 and year 7 season 4 have been like the biggest updates in like the last 2 years for sure, 100%, especially this season. This season is crazy good.
This one, yeah, super anticipated, and I always say it, if the community's happy, I'm happy because of the creator. If you don't have a happy community, no one's gonna watch. Sad. No views, no money. But I mean, that's just how it is. But at the end of the day, I still love Siege. I'm still a player of it. But going in deeper into that, you know, there's huge changes that people have been waiting for a long time. The reason they're huge is because they're super anticipated by the community, which is cross progression. People want their skins crossed over and cross play. This is mostly for console, Xbox and PlayStation. Obviously, most of the player base is console. So if you can keep console happy, then most of the player base is happy. They're still watching Siege. That's the good part of it. So, but moving on deeper than that, I actually did a 24-hour stream. I'm gonna be honest, I feel the exact same as if I didn't do a 24. I don't know. Maybe it's because of these that I drank. I don't know.
Hashtag sponsored.
Nah, but I don't know. I don't feel different. I mean, after the I just ended the 24 a little bit ago. It's 8 a.m. and Vexian called me up. He's like, "All right, let's do the podcast." I'm like, I was thinking of not even making my video and going to bed, but then I was like, even though I just did a 24-hour, I still have the same energy. And oh, just because I did a 24-hour doesn't mean, oh, you just go to bed, go get some rest, go get it, just take it off, bro. It's okay. And that's actually like 2 nights before this. You know, obviously new season, you know, we're innovating videos. You gotta get the video up for the daily uploads. And then one of my mods in there, I was having a really hard time trying to get an educational commentary. This is one of the things. It's a lot of viewers don't know that like videos are not just always one take. There's always like, you know, you gotta, oh, the game screwed up. Oh, you didn't get that kill. You know, the video was ruined. And there's a lot of times where I do educational commentaries and I just get absolutely shit on. Like, these guys are 5 stacking. They're pros. Going against pros at night, and it sucked. Because I'm trying to commentate after going to the gym. I'm low on energy, and the video is not good. But the audience doesn't care about that. The audience doesn't care because they're there to learn, and I gotta make the best video for that. And one of my mods was like, just take the night off. It's fine. Just do it tomorrow. I'm like, you don't understand. You do not understand the process of it. So, but going back into that, and then coming back to the new season of Siege, went a little off topic there. But I wanted to let you guys know a little bit of, you know, what it's like being a Rainbow Six YouTuber. And I truly think I'm going to be one of the biggest Siege YouTubers and creators in the next probably year or so. And if we execute this plan correctly. But that only will grow if this season pops off. If this season pops off, it's a great stepping stone for what Rainbow Six has to come for Invite, and for the future of Siege. So how is year 7 season 4 going to lift up Siege's future? A lot of people were like, this season has to hit, it has to do good. You know, it's make or break for Siege, and so far, bro, queue times are fast, people are happy. You know, I was reading Twitch chat. I was literally, I had like over 1,000 viewers from the Jinxie host as well, and it's like I retained it like 500 to 700 the entire night, and I had the same questions about, you know, the same impressions. People were happy with the new season. not a lot of complaints. And it was good. This is exactly what Siege needed. Siege's community is constantly shitting on it because Ubisoft makes some questionable decisions. However, this season, Ubisoft, they did good, bro. And I think is what was truly needed. So, Vexian, how do you think the year 7 season 4 is going to impact the future of Siege?
For the future, I think it's gonna do a few things. So first and foremost, it's going to make console more enjoyable. So like, let's just say I don't know what the number is. So I'm just gonna like hypothetically, it's like 80% of people play on console, right? So because 80% of people play on console, and now those people can like play against each other, right? So it's like before it was like they were isolated, and they wouldn't have like that the like cross pollination. Now that happens. So like it's gonna make console way stronger and way more enjoyable. Across the board, it's gonna be more competitive. And from like a in gameplay standpoint, that's awesome. But from a content standpoint, that's even better, right? So now it's like you have like a legit rivalry now between like PlayStation and like Xbox, where it's like before it's like it already existed, but like there was no way to like see who was actually better. You'd have to go on the other platform, and there's like some differences. But now it's like 1-to-1. And another thing that like people aren't talking about is like it's gonna bring a lot of old players back, right? So like normally, if anyone watches this, like maybe you play on Xbox right now, but like you're gonna eventually go to PC. Like most people eventually go to PC, and they can't take that stuff with them. They have to start fresh. But now you don't have to do that, right? So you can start from Xbox, right? It's cheaper, it's easier to get in, and then eventually you just go to PC, which is awesome because like now on PC you have all the stuff that you had on Xbox, which means all the time that you invested in on this platform, that means you have it now. So like that's really good from a like player standpoint. So like for me, I played back in year 1 on console, but I never had my stuff. So that was like always like an annoying thing. It's like, oh, but now I have all my stuff again, and it's awesome because it's like, oh, now I have more reason to play the game because I have like all my items. Like I feel like I earn those. I own those. So, like that's cool. And then for like the longevity, it's like, I don't think this is gonna be the case, but like hey, who knows? Because Ubisoft doesn't have the best track record, so I'm not gonna give them the benefit of the doubt. But like if we got a season like this like every season, which obviously is like probably not possible, but that'd be awesome. Like this season is like fantastic, and like it shows like hey things happen. But like to be fair, a lot of things got pushed back this year to make it in the season. So that's why this season has so much content. Um, but you know, if this is like a barometer for like how seasons could potentially be every season, that'd be great. That'd be like a lot more um like just better for the game and the ecosystem because there's things you can do now. You can like always like have like a good season. And even if like the operator's bad, like the additional changes they made, there's like the full-time arcade playlist. That's cool content and like really good for casual players. Cross play is fantastic. Cross progression makes a lot of sense. And rank 2.0 is from what I've heard actually not bad. I've heard, you know, some people don't like it, some people like it. I think it's overall a better system, and now like ranked might mean less to some people, but I think it is a better indicator of skill now, which makes it more like kind of more sought after. Like more people are gonna play it.
Yeah, like the longevity of it, I think it's going to help fizzle out the skill level. But I was literally playing it for what 24 hours, and yeah, I was feeling that the way that Siege is feeling, it's also becoming a lot of a slower paced game. They made a lot of changes of a lot of characters are slower now, so I want to kind of maybe kind of keep that in the back of my head of like, okay, is Siege going into a slower meta now? Are we seeing a slower meta of less 1.5 swing, and you know they took away alibis 1.5. They made a lot of the popular attackers and defenders three armors and 1 speeds now. So we're not Ferrari peeking each other anymore. It's more of like, okay, well, it's actually almost an anchor meta now. And it's weird to say that because it's like, weren't we just in an aggressive meta of everyone peak? It's almost a little bit the same, but you know, like everyone's a 3 armor, so it's like elephants clashing at each other. It's like, so I'm interested to see in the meta of Siege how it's going to turn out. But I cannot stress, like, I don't know, like after this 24, even if it was a 24-hour stream the first day, you know, seasons eventually, as a new season comes out, it's not always, obviously it's going to be hyped the first day, first week. So I'm interested to see if this hype will become permanent satisfaction for the players moving forward and towards on like the future of the game in the season. and if it's enough to hold the season enough to stall out for the new season, the next season coming out. So and then that'll probably be announced with Invitational coming out. So I think Siege really needed this season. They really, really needed it. The numbers have been pretty low, but hopefully with a new season coming out, we will see a rise back of returning players, like you said, with cross progression, cross play, being able to play with people. Also, that's one other thing about Rank 2.0 is that you can play a champions. You can play with any rank. Does not matter.
Ooh,
You can play
that
with
is a good
anybody.
point. Makes
So
it way more friendly to like groups of friends who like people play consistently and don't play consistently. That's fantastic. That's a really good point.
even though it does target the higher rank, the higher rank will always be matched with that. So unfortunately, if you're champion queuing the copper's gonna get fucking ragdoll turned. Yeah, you're not gonna have a good time. But if you're with your friends, obviously it's different. But I think this season was about capturing returning players, because I think there's a good saying, like, it's easier to sell to people who've already bought from you, and bringing back players what they wanted. And every single season a new operator and a new map is always going to draw new players to come back. So overall, I think this is what Siege needed. Siege needed this step in the right direction. So we've kind of gone over we've gone over mostly the new season, 24-hour. Is there anything else that we want to wrap up on? Anything on your mind?
I'll kind of end this here. So what do you want to see for year 8 season 1? What things do you want to see based off this season, right? Like let's say like this season is like the template and like the new like bar to reach. Like what do you want to see next season? I have a few things, but I want to hear what you have first, and then I guess I'll close it out with that.
I think the elephant in the room is definitely the anti-cheat, but there has been no official news on the anti-cheat, but there's, obviously everything's leaked in Siege, but there's news of, anti-cheat updates, like the system's going to update every week. That way anti-cheat developers can't really catch up too much, and they'll probably just move on to a different game. And also just make it harder. It's not as cheap as, buy this, boom, and just fucking exploit the entire thing. So elephant room, definitely, we are announcing our part with BattleEye and getting a new anti-cheat. That would literally like solve the wound of Siege bleeding out on the fucking side, just patch it up, and allow the game to start a stronger foundation of players. Think about it like Overwatch and Valorant, blah blah blah. Obviously the top, there's still cheaters in every single game. It's a very, very slim percent like of top, like, competitive players will see those cheaters, because they are hidden from the public, which they Riot and all they do a really good job of. Unfortunately, cheaters are everywhere in Siege, but that's just because anti-cheat. So definitely anti-cheat is what I look forward to in year 8 season 1. New operator, I don't care. New map, I don't care. I would love it, but it's like I don't know what the analogy is, but like, you're adding more value to a broken like foundation. That makes any sense. I don't know how to explain it, but yeah.
I mean, yeah, I think that makes sense. I have my take. Here's my take. Kind of what I want and then I guess we can kind of end because it's a little bit short here. So my take is I want to see 2 operators return. Because as it currently stands, when we get a new operator, we either get an attacker or a defender. And that's just like for 50% of the time, you can't experience the new content with the new operator, right? So when you have 2 operators released at the same time on attack or defense, you can like interact with the new content in some way. So I want to see that back, like really like well established. Because like the Ubisoft themselves said at like the last major or something that like they got really comfortable with their balancing team. So like most operators release pretty balanced now. Like that we haven't had like a really overpowered operator in, I actually don't remember, maybe like since Malusi, but she was more annoying than overpowered. So we haven't had like a super overpowered character, but I want to see them bring an attacker and defender back at the same time. Um, is primarily just like what I want to see. So there's more content, and then mid-season reinforcements should come back. That's the thing they used to do in like year 2 and year 3, where like you had like the main update, right? And then like halfway through the season, you'd get like balancing changes. So like you'd get like the 2 new operators for like the first like what's like the first 45 days, and then like the 46th day update drops, and it's like Glass rework or Tachanka rework, where like they completely change it. So you're basically getting like 3 operators a season. And also usually on the mid-season reinforcements, they'd either like update a map or like change like the rank rotation. I think that's what they should do, because like as it is now, and maybe you can attest this, like over time, like people will obviously just like leave during the season, right? It's 90 days, like content doesn't change. But like if you interjected like, okay, halfway through the season, we're changing the ranked with the ranked rotation. We're taking out this map and putting this map in. Okay, that's interesting, right? Or we're reworking Blackbeard. Okay, that's interesting, right? Or it's like we're adding a new gadget, or it's like just something that's like, okay, cool, right? Or like, hey, like halfway through the season, we're adding night maps into the rotations. We're taking 5 maps out and put 5 night maps in. Cool, awesome. Like let's do it. Like let's just try shit, and that would probably like retain players. So 2 new operators and then mid-season reinforcements just for player retention, I think would be awesome. But that's what I would like to see. The anti-cheat, I think it's actually fine. I don't know if anyone's really kind of experienced cheaters this season. I mean, it's a day old, so I mean, who knows? But even toward the end of last season, it seemed like there were less cheaters overall.
Maybe Ubisoft needs to hire you. I think you've got yourself a new job.
You should have heard it. For anyone who doesn't know, Gregor, there's some new Gregor videos coming out that are going over topics literally about this, about what you should add. But that's just my opinion. Actually, some pretty good videos allegedly. But yeah, I think that's about it. And then you can go to bed, and then I can get to work, because unlike you, I have to. I have to work now.
It's
Yeah.
this is the life of a Scuff podcast, but we get it done anyways. Eventually,
We get it done.
We'll
Soon,
look back and be like, wow, they just recorded this in a Discord call. And
yeah,
we'll
soon, soon,
production.
IRL, and a schedule. A schedule first, though. God, can we get a schedule, please? And like actual talking points.
Yeah,
nice.
talking points would be nice. Anyways, we're gonna end it here. Thank you guys for watching. You should leave a like and subscribe. What? Are we gonna be on Spotify soon? Maybe just YouTube.
We could do it all. I mean, like it's really easy to do it. Like I run a podcast company. Like it's not difficult.
All right. Well, we'll see you guys in the next episode.
Which will be
care.
Tomorrow.
Yes, tomorrow. Okay. All right. See you.